Welcome to another edition of Sticks and Stones. I'm your host, Brent Elrod, coming to you from the cozy confines here on the patio at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. I have another great matchup for you today, I hope. I'm pairing the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Connecticut with Barrel Bourbon Private Release. I think it's going to be a great matchup, so right after this we are going to pop the cork, cut the stick, and get to toasting. Now, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary, this particular stick is a Gordo, the country of origin, Nicaragua, from the Tabacalera Perdomo there in Nicaragua. The binder is Nicaraguan. The filler is a blend of Esteli, Condega, and Jalapa Valley tobaccos, and that is cloaked in an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper. This particular stick is a Gordo 6x60 on the ring gauge, and surprisingly, this Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper has some flaws in it. I was looking over it right before we went live, and I'm kind of dumbfounded. It's not up to particular Perdomo standards. Now, if you saw my short a week or two ago, I got in a pack of 4 Perdomo cigars. So part of it could be the packaging, but for those of you that are watching on live stream, I'll also have some pictures of this posted a little later. Here's what the foot looks like. The wrapper has cracked and fallen away, exposing the binder in a small spot about the size of a pea or so. And then farther up the stick, there is a little bit more. It's like wrinkling in the leaf. I don't think it'll show up very well on camera, but I did take a picture of it. But then there is some significant there's some significant flaws in the cap. Looks like where they I don't know, just didn't do a really good job of putting the cap on it. I'm pretty surprised. This is not what I expected as far as Perdomo's normal quality standards, but we're going to go ahead and move on. It does have tight seams. They are visible. It has very minimal veining. I mean, there's not a lot of veining on this at all, but what there is very easy to see. And then it does have, as I mentioned, the double cap. And it's very nicely packed. There aren't any soft spots or overly hard spots in it. It's got just a little bit of give to it. Yeah, and it is, I mean, as you can see from, if you're on the live stream, it is a very beautiful light tan wrapper. And it is reminiscent of maybe more of the Cuban grown leaves. So hopefully it's going to burn very well for us. So let's check out the nose. I get, everything seems to be fairly faint. There's not any robust aromas coming off the nose, so everything is very subtle. But I get a little bit of chocolate, some sugar, some spice, and just a hint of wood. Let's go ahead and give it a cut. Check out the cold draw. Using my cigar V cutter. Now the wrapper is very, very smooth and silky on your lips. There's not a lot of graininess. Some cigar wrappers kind of have that feel of the old grocery paper sacks. Not this one. This one is just smooth as silk. On the cold draw, I get, it's an easy draw, not over easy, not too hard. Seems like just the right amount. I get a little bit of cinnamon and some coffee and some chocolate, but it's a more of a, like a richer, creamier, kind of like white chocolate. Thank you. And then there's some more sugary sweetness on it. Other than the visual issues I found, so far so good. So now, Barrel Bourbon private release. I hope you're not going to be inserting comments all throughout the show. Move on. Anyway, Barrel Bourbon private release. I've tried this and paired it before with another spirit a year or so ago. I thought it would be a good matchup for this one. This blend is the BA2K. See if I can get that close enough to the camera for you to see it. They have a plethora of blends. When you go to Total Wine or Specs or wherever it is that you buy your spirits from, they have barrel bourbon sitting on the shelf. There's lots of them. And that's because they blend their whiskey and they use all different kinds of blends. And you're about to find out right now. This BA2K is 40% 5-year bourbons, 40% 10-year, 5% 14-year, and 15% 16-year aged bourbons that are distilled in Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana. So there's a lot going on in the bottle. Now, that does mean that you can't really nail down the mash bill because there's so many different whiskeys in there. So it does vary based on the blend. Now, it is a 58.09% alcohol by volume, which makes it 116.18 proof. So let's go ahead and nose up a little bit. That was kind of a letdown. Dude, you need to calm it down. You're not providing anything of any value. All right. Now, visually, those of you that are watching on live stream, you can tell this is just a beautiful, beautiful copper color, maybe what you might call it kind of a darker amber color. It's got really good legs. It clings to the glass really well. Doesn't seem to be thin at all. It's got really good viscosity to it. Now on the nose, there is quite a bit of alcohol pungentness, something like that. But after you get past that, you get cherries and some cedar, a little bit of vanilla, and also some chocolate. Try not to stick my nose too far into the glass because the alcohol will just kind of take over. I mean, it's 116 plus proof, so it's got some heft to it. But yeah, I mean, it does have a really nice nose on it once you kind of get past the alcohol. So let's go ahead and give it a taste. All right, it's got alcohol burn to it. It is a high proof, so you're going to get pepper. I mean, you're going to get a high proof, but there's pepper right on the front of your tongue. But then there's also some more cherries, kind of some butterscotch and honey. cinnamon, maybe a little bit of orange peel or citrus. And I mean, it does have a significant amount of alcohol burn, but it is actually very sippable, even at that 116 proof. So it is fairly mellow to be that high. It's high, but it's not high. It is, but it isn't. Something like that. All right. Now then, let's try these together. Everybody's conspiring against me today. All right. The first thing that I notice is where that spot was. It actually kind of expanded out when the heat hit it. Very disappointed in the quality of this particular stick. I would need to smoke more of these to see if that's, you know, if it was just the packaging, you know, it was coming in that 4-pack, or if it's something that's a little more inherent in the cigar. I'm hoping, and I don't think it's the latter, but you know, I want to be honest about this. It's got some great flavors on the profile, I can tell you that. There's really a good volume of smoke coming off the stick. It's got some notes of like sweet cream, cedar. There's some more white chocolate in there that was on the nose. There's some hints of like buttered toast, and on the retro, I got almost a little bit of lemony citrus in the retro inhale. I don't really, at this point, I'm not picking up a lot of pepper. It's got some really good flavors to it. This is, I mean, other than the visual construction issues that I've noticed, I mean, it is a very good stick. All right, well, let's try them together. Turn up the volume a little bit. I don't know that I'm being quite loud enough, especially with the crows and everything going on. I will say, the cigar kind of tamps down the heaviness, the alcohol burn in the beginning of the drink. It does kind of smooth it out a little bit, and I think really enhances the flavor of the barrel bourbon private reserve. It's a lot to get out. They do seem to be going together pretty well. Kind of the cinnamon and the coffee and the chocolate on the stick is pairing real well with the notes of butterscotch and honey on the spirit. And the other flavors just kind of coalesce around those. I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the halfway mark, and then I will come back and give you an update. Hey, Stoners, I am back. Here at the halfway mark, this pairing is doing pretty well. The stick's initial notes of cinnamon, coffee, and chocolate, they have pulled back. And what's been introduced is kind of what I can describe as maybe a spicy bread dough that has kind of come forward. There's also a little bit of kind of grassiness in the stick. The spirit's still holding up pretty well. It has. There's been some kind of surprises in the spirit, where after I started getting into the cigar, like an inch or so, I was picking up some mixed berries off the spirit, and I think it was what the stick brings to it. It was allowing it to open up with some more things on the flavor profile. There's 5 different whiskeys in this blend, all various ages and at specific percentages, and so I think that somebody could take a drink of this and say, I taste all of this, and somebody else could taste things completely different. And I think that's kind of one of the peculiarities that make the barrel bourbon so interesting. I'm going to, I'm sorry, the guy that keeps breaking in the background there, he's starting to irritate me, but I'm inside the city, I can't shoot him. So, but it has been a fairly pleasing pair to this point, so I'm going to go ahead and burn this down to the band, and then I'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Hey, Stoners, we are down to the band, and the glass is empty. The last half of the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Connecticut, it was a kind of an about face, and not really, at least for me, not really much in a good way. It really didn't impress me as much as the first probably third to almost half did. In the last half, it offered a peppery spice, had sort of a cereal grain component to it, and there was kind of a pronounced woodiness and earthiness that just, I don't know, to me it didn't pair as well as the first 20 minutes or so of the stick did. I loved the first 20 minutes of the smoke. It was awesome. But then it kind of started making that change. I know at the halfway mark, it was kind of a sour bread dough kind of thing going on, and it just kept moving farther and farther away from the cinnamon and the coffee and the sweetness. That's really what I was going for in pairing it with the Barrel Bourbon Private Release. It had excellent notes of cherries and butterscotch and honey and cinnamon. There was some orange peel in there. I was pleased with the pairing. I would rate the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Connecticut an 80 matchsticks out of 100. I was left sort of flat in the last half of the cigar, and it had some significant manufacturing issues that I talked about in the beginning, and I'll post some pictures of what I saw. But the Barrel Bourbon Private Release is very good. I know they use this as a selling point with all the different blends they have. But in my view, it does kind of leave you wanting some consistency, and people do get confused when they go to the liquor store. Or the package store. It's like old number 7. You walk in and see the black label with the big 7 on it. That's what you get, But this one, you really have to look and figure out what you're getting. And I think, to me, that's a little bit of a detraction, but I understand what they're trying to do, and it's a very good spirit. So I would give the Barrel Bourbon Private Release BA2K a 92 Whiskey Stones, and I'm really only taking away on the numbers just a little bit because of the consistency thing. Like I said, all the different blends, it can be confusing, but this is a very delicious bourbon. You don't want to drink too much of it at a time because it's 116 proof, so be careful. Drink responsibly. I hope you have enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. This has been a really fun pairing. Don't forget to leave me some comments below. Let me know what you think. If you like the show, don't like the show, you're a dumbass, whatever. and hit like, subscribe, share, notify, so you'll know when I drop new content, because I'm so many different places now. I'm probably everywhere you go, either listening to music or podcasts or whatever. I mean, I'm platformed on Podbean, and Podbean carries to Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, Google Podcast, Apple Podcasts, all those. You can actually go and type the show name, Sticks-n-Stonez, on the Amazon shopping app, and you'll find the show. It's there. Then I also post on Spreaker. Spreaker's owned by iHeart, and there I go to iHeart, a whole bunch of other, other ones that you might not have ever heard of, but like Tumblr and some places like that. And they go and post the audio on YouTube, so you can find the show on YouTube, even though it's not video, but still, it's on YouTube. So you can find me pretty much anywhere. Go by the website, Sticks-n-Stonez.com, Sticksnstonez.com. There's links to our Amazon store, so you can get some show merchandise. Love to see some Sticks-n-Stonez gear around. That'd be awesome. It also has links to our affiliate partners, where I get commissions for the purchases. We do marketing for Total Wine, Cigars International, Carhartt, Greg Norman Golfwear, Huck High Performance Fishing Wear. We just signed affiliate deals with Fanatics and Tervis Tumblers. So we're gonna, I'm a big sports guy. I love college football, pro football, basketball. So gonna be seeing some of that stuff. Please go and support our partners. That really helps us, and it really helps them. So we're all trying to get back to quote unquote normal after COVID. So go and help those guys out. But until we get to be together again, keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and have a great day.
Made a million